Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Dragon Age series. We are going to be. Stop that, go this way. We're going to be continuing on and doing our best to progress the story. At this point in time, we have two options left for where we can go. We can either go after the dwarfs of Orzammar, or we can continue the quest for this Urn of Sacred Ashes. And I am going to do the dwarfs just because I want the opportunity to get the last, to get, another teammate earlier in the game before we run out. So we've completed Soldier's Peak. We are now going to head to the Frostback Mountains. If we did want to do the Urn of Sacred Ashes, Denerim is where we need to go. We will eventually get back to Denerim. I know we stopped in there just for a little bit to pick up specializations and stuff for us. Okay, no codex on that. There are going to be a lot of codexes and some really good items you can pick up on this part. This is where you really start getting to be over the top. Ooh, that chain lightning hurt. We gotta make sure they're focusing me. Okay. No more mage. That really reduces the damage they can deal to us. Alright. Nice and simple, taking care of a few bounty hunters. Bold, pick the healing potion. Both paths go to the same place. I know there's no codexes up there because it's the path I normally take. You just loop around this way, make sure there's no items. Alright.
Look at all these people hawking their wares. It's almost like a little city.
There are a few things to do here before we get going too far. Let's talk to you.
Can I interest you in something? I've got the finest selection of previously owned armour and weaponry this side of Val Royale. Why pay through the nose for new equipment when you can buy like new for much, much less? Oh, here and there. Look, that's really not important. The important thing is it's cheap and just as good as what you'd find at a smithy. Of course. And remember, everything's covered by Farron's 24-hour lifetime guarantee.
Shady as shady gets. This is important, though. If you are doing if you're doing Sten's personal quest, this item becomes super important. This guy has it. Commander plate. Alright. We definitely want to pick up the 2 gems. The Grandmaster rune's a good idea too. Alright.
My brother and his family made it out alive.
Dwarf. You.
What can I do for you? This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
And that's part of one of our random quests for the Mages Collective.
Oh, you wish to talk to me? Truly, it's a courtesy for one so well armed to notice a lowly merchant. Someone has to. Trade with other races can dry up. We surfacers are Orzammar's lifeline. Even if we're denied a caste, the Assembly says we've turned our back on the stone. But they still use the goods we bring. Hypocrites.
That's not right. Someone should do something.
Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown. Twice a year, I'm confined to a trade stall in the commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it. Best of luck to you.
Just a little bit of background on the dwarfs and their really messed up society.
Dieta, this land is held in trust for the sovereign dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Logain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
They hide because they are dwarves.
I would challenge any race to fare as well. Our king is dead. Endrunai Dukan returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago. The assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
You mean exactly what we're going through right now?
Wait, who are you to speak for Ferelden? You're no messenger to Logain, that's for certain.
Thank the ancestors.
The Wardens killed King Kaelin and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Logain.
Well, that is the royal seal. That means only the assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
You're letting in a traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Logain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden. You'll hear of this. King Logain will see you quartered.
You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
Alright.
Oh, magnificent. These must be the statues of the Golden Paragon.
Please. Let's get started.
Now that's a thing of beauty, daughter. If you work hard like Blanca, all Orzammar will know your name.
Mother, I don't want to be like her.
Don't say that.
Get back to the fort. I want to be.
Pick up lots of codexes now.
They also say that washing your feet in winter makes you catch cold in the head, but we all know that is not true. But sometimes they are right. And they are right in this.
You know those stories about...
Of course. You think my mother would let me go without telling me all the stories of her youth?
My mother told me stories too.
Her many, many youths, as we've come to learn.
It is the assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew.
Handlers, separate these dashers in the diamond quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
Not speak that way about the man who should be king!
You can already tell who's the uncivil one as walk in and one of his men literally kill somebody in front of you. Okay. Signpost, right click to examine. Right clicking is not examining.
Vieta, surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order. Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Aromont. Is one so different? No paragons here. Surfacers appoint no paragon? Truly, you are lost in all that sky. They are the best of us, declared living ancestors. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter. They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Bartag Gavorn, in the Assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate. Yes, you should.
It's big.
Alright, next we're going to do the other side first. The other side first makes more sense.
Did you see that? I cannot believe what the city has come to. This would never have happened when Endrin was alive. Aye. What a terrible burden for a father to have only Balin left of 3 fine sons. In the end, Endrin himself recognized that Balin cared for nothing but power. It was Endrin who ordered his son away from his deathbed and embraced Lord Harrowmont as his heir. He is a good man and a skilled general. King Endrin trusted him with his life, and I will do no less. Only as a potential match for one of his sons. He was a good king, stern and fair and just. I am the Rav Helmut, third daughter of the second matron of House Helmut. And you, stranger, what brings you to Orzammar at such a time? Grey Warden? That explains why they allowed you past the gates. What kind of aid do you need? A blight? Now? But our warriors are killing each other in the streets. I'm sorry, stranger. I fear there will be no aid for you in Orzammar. If you seek Lord Harrowmont's support, I suggest you talk with his trusted advisor, Dulin Ferender. He might be able to get you an audience.
Okay. That one is locked for now. Camera.
Excuse me, you look like you're not from around here. Oh, wonderful. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle? Oh, my lady, it's an honor. I've never met an actual mage. Is it true you can manipulate nature's forces with your mind? Like you were born with lyrium in your veins?
Don't let the glamour fool you, child. Wielding magic is a dangerous occupation and a great responsibility.
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study. I want to go to the Circle to study.
I assure you that desire will depart the moment you arrive.
I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing. That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smith Cast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Teventer Imperium's Verticum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child?
She's so enthusiastic and adorable. I'm glad we're helping her.
Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's luxury goods shop. Wow, there are a lot of you, and I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying? Right. Yeah, I have some lovely things here. Lyrium. Enhanced, of course.
Alright. So in here, Rose's Thorn. This is one of the best. This is one of the two best daggers for when you're dual wielding. We definitely don't want that here. We should actually sell some of this stuff, shouldn't we? We should check into that too. Right. Okay, yeah, we definitely want Life Giver. Okay. We want the Golden Mirror, we want the Gold Amulet, we want the Gem Bracement, and we want the Tomb of Physical Technique. Okay. Now we're actually going to go into our inventory. We're going to go to you first. Because you are a person who definitely needs more of these. Okay. Go back into our inventory. On me, we'll use this skill. No. Okay, I have to access it through the actual level up thing. Pick up our Master Coercion. We still need to get Survival 1. Okay, and inventory for the third time. I'm going to drop the resistances for me. That's what kind of nature damage, cold resistance, spirit damage, and nothing. Well, there you go. Easy enough to apply. None of that's actually any good for me. Okay. Just breath. Doesn't have the increased spell power, which is bad. Like, it loses 3% spell power for an additional 15% cold damage. It's not worth. And here, yeah, that staff is just, the Magister Lord staff is just going to be way better. So, I suppose if you need a third great staff. Alright, let's do some nug wrangling.
Nugs. I've gone and lost them too. Never find them with these scarecrows.
Common nuts. I don't like those. They look dirty.
No way I'm going back to that supplier in Dusttown. Guess I'm shutting it down. Gotta boil them before roasting, but otherwise, no, safe as sand. Some people swear they make good pets. May as well leash and turn it, I say.
Good on you, stranger. Only need one to turn this around.
Alright. We're now Nug Hunters. They will all be in this part of the city.
This no doubt leads out to the deep roads, the ancient passages that once led to the other dwarven kingdoms.
Go on, I'm out of the nug game. Got nothing to sell. Saraka, I'm back in the game, such as it is. I don't have much besides gratitude, but find a bunch more of these and I'll toss you whatever I found.
12 silver per nug. You can actually hear them making noises as you run around.
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen.
It's 2 floor carving. Pick up that experience. Head up this way.
You are not religious, yes? You do not believe?
I do, to some extent. It does not govern my life, however. Why do you ask?
Oh, nothing.
There's nug number 3.
And it shows. And I thought at first you were religious like some of the revered mothers. But no. I thought about it and I realized that you're not.
You're the best wrangler
I
I've
do
ever
what I
seen.
do because I enjoy. Because I enjoy teaching others, helping them. I do not seek recognition for my works. I do not seek the approval of my peers, nor the approval of a distant god.
That is admirable. Doing good for its own sake. Some I knew were not like that. They bragged about what they did, trying to impress others. Oh, Lady Adele.
There's nug number 4.
How noble. No, it's nothing, Lady Clarabelle. We treated 40 letters and gave them moustaches. Like a competition with false modesty. Sickening.
Did Lady
You're the best wrangler I've ever seen.
40 letters?
Who knows? Lady Clarabelle had strange taste. I wouldn't be surprised if she did that and more.
And there's nug number 5. While I'm over here,
Maker's blessing on you, brother. Ah, it's a great pleasure to meet a fellow believer. I'm Brother Burkle of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light.
Even in the very bowels of the earth, we hear no end of this chant.
And that is something to rejoice in, good sister. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar. The Shaper controls changes in Orzammar's structure and society. I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer room. Oh, I'd hoped you'd say that. I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you in all things.
If this chantry could help just one person as much as it helped me, it's worth any trouble.
Please let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
okay. And while we're over here, make sure to talk to this guy.
Outsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for. I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Okay. Nothing really there. Here. Okay. We want that, we want that, we want all of this stuff. All of that stuff we need. Okay. Upgrade to both of our armors there. We need over here. Just a simple 1 point. Alright. Let's go turn in this last nook. Oh, I'm sorry. We almost forgot one thing. We need to talk to the lady praying over here.
I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although, I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone. My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith Caste. I pray here every day for my son, Rock. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul. It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud. They got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them. How? There is no way except to brave the deep roads yourself. Warden, so you could do it. Only wardens face the deep roads without a company packing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Take heart, good widow Hilda. We'll do our best.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
Alright. And that will take care of everything we need to do in this part of Orzammar for now. We will have to come back because there's lots of backtracking in this game. And so now we head to the Diamond Quarter. And first things first, we're going to run up here to get 50 more experience.
From what I've heard of dwarven politics, I'm almost surprised we haven't seen blood running these streets.
Lord Harrowant is the voice of tradition and stability. Lord Balin is the voice of anarchy.
Pick that up.
Raise your voice in favor of Lord Balin. He will bring us change and prosperity.
The Royal Palace. But we're going to skip over all this stuff and go straight to the end. By end, I mean end of the road. I need to remember to check the signs above me as I run back through here, because I have skipped codexes, I am certain.
Who would dare take from the memory?
Excuse me, I can't chat.
Oh, you're not the one I'm thinking of.
Warden, I'm outraged. A thief and a shaper. What have we been reduced to? I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
And there we are with poor shaming. The dwarves are really messed up.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research. I was looking for something about the Ortan tide. It was lost during the last flight, and there aren't many records left.
They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Ortan, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Ortan, who was training in Orzammar when the tide fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the tide's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads. A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the tide, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrimont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the tide in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking, it's almost too much to hope.
Alright. And nothing over here. We'll get to you in a moment. There it is. There's the book for 50 experience. That's really all we're doing. Is just looking for experience right now. Because experience is good. It's helpful.
This should be easy enough.
And I suppose a chest doesn't hurt. Who would rob the Shapers? Me. I would rob the Shapers for a gift. The gloves are okay. It's the gift we want. Okay. Nothing here. Just one more person to have a conversation, and then we'll be wrapped up in the Shaper for now.
Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories. The Grey Warden's visit has been recorded in the memories, along with all who accompany you. That is an odd request, especially for one so new to our city. I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition? What sort of charities do you mean? Traditionally, that is their extended family's responsibility, but sometimes people fall through the cracks. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more? We were a great empire once, outnumbering even humans and elves. We traded with your Tevinter Imperium, and our land stretched as far in the deep roads as theirs did above. Kal Sharok was capital then, but we lost too many battles. We lost our golems, and we lost our territory. Now the Empire is simply ruined tunnels filled with darkspawn. The Paragon Caradon, a smith of unsurpassed genius, invented the golems. For years they were our weapon against the darkspawn. One golem is worth a dozen dwarves in battle, but Caradon's tide is far into the deep roads. When it fell, we lost his secret to creating golems. There are books about it along these walls if you would read more. At the other side of the old empire, during the last blight, the kings of Orzammar knew they couldn't hold everything. They sealed the deep roads, abandoning everyone still trapped in far-flung settlements. It was the only way to survive. Kal Sharok is the only other city to outlast the blight. We only rediscovered them recently, and they still haven't forgiven us. I will settle your mind if I can, Warden. All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to Paragon. A Paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammar so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name. There is one paragon of this generation, a woman named Branca. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her paragon status. She went into the deep roads 2 years ago seeking out secrets of the ancient smiths. She never returned. Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
Alright, and this is where we're going to stop for today. Tomorrow we will handle the assembly and start on the trials of getting one side to join us. Remember, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below. It all helps the channel grow. And I will see everyone next time.